Hi, I'm Bob Becker, creator of Legacy Resources. To me, legacy is beyond what's earned. It's what we've learned and what we now share throughout our organization. We help these leaders document and share their knowledge, their experience, their insights, their organizational and cultural perspectives that, when documented, created valuable tools and resources impacting audiences throughout their organization. And these resources help to communicate in a very concrete way the value of diversity to the organization, and both the legacy of former leaders and the promise of leaders to come. We create these resources through guided audio and video interviews. The process requires very little preparation. It's personally rewarding. It's actually invigorating, and the return on investment can be significant. Let us help you create your resources and work to disseminate them throughout your organization. The company can profit from them for years to come.
I think part of the culture of this organization is that people understand that it's important to say what happened, right? You know, it can be good, it can be not so good, it can be bad. But the only way you can address it is, to communicate that, throughout the organization and bring the resources to bear on the issue. And it's important never to shoot the messenger, right? And, I've told him, many employees that you can learn a lot when something goes wrong. You can learn a lot when a piece of equipment fails. You'll learn more about this piece of equipment when it fails and you have to take it apart, fix it and put it back together again, than if you just get it new from the manufacturer and install it. So there were always opportunities, to learn something else about the system, the equipment, when things go wrong. Let's not be the cause of too many things going wrong, but get involved, participate and learn from that experience. And then make it less likely to happen in the future.
Well, I've been doing this for over 30 years. It's hard to say out loud. I spend a lot of time here in our administrative office or in off-site administrative meetings or with State Department heads, what have you. And so I need to be sure that I'm at our locations, that I'm talking with clients, that I have an understanding of how our services are having an impact on them, and that I hear from them directly. And that's what feeds my soul. And when I start getting a little crunchy or feeling a little burnt out, I know that I need to get out there and I need to be able to connect directly with the people that we're serving so that I could feel it. And that's something that rejuvenates me.
But the thing that I know about millennials is that they're hungry to learn. They want to know and they want to make an impact. They want what they do to have meaning. And so I think for those reasons, this is a great space to be in, because you've got a number of folks, professionals like myself, that have been around for a number of years that recognize that we are about to go through the great crew change in this industry. And we need to impart what knowledge we have to those that are coming on board in this industry. And so I think that's a perfect sort of marriage of intent relative to what needs to happen and relative to where they are in terms of how they tend to think about things. So I think those things make for a good marriage in that sense. It's a great industry for them to come in right now.
The advice I would give a young person starting out today in an organization like Lockheed is be very flexible, take opportunities as they come, be willing to take a challenge rather than staying in a comfortable place. I know in my own case, the most comfortable thing for me would have been to stay and run the missiles division in Sunnyvale, and the most uncomfortable thing was to go off and get involved in Georgia. But I was able, because of a little pressure, to go off and get involved in Georgia, and I've never regretted it. People have to be given challenges, but you have to be ready to accept a challenge. And I think that's the key. And be ready to volunteer. You know, your boss doesn't know everything. Sometimes you want to volunteer and say, let me try this. And I think that's what made Sunnyvale so great during the heyday, the 30,000 employee heyday, I called it. People were allowed to do things and develop things and work with customers. It really made our company great.
So I was listening to a gentleman speak this morning, and he said in the year 2030 that there will be $48 trillion in investments. 48 trillion with the T in investments made in this energy space. And so when I think about the capital investment from an energy perspective, there are so many opportunities for entrepreneurs. There's so many opportunities for professionals to not only make a good living in this space, but make a tremendous impact in this space.
I actually asked for this job. No one selected me for this job. I realized that the existing or the current president of the company was not going to go with the acquisition. He was going to retire. And that our organization, which was going to blend three companies together, three competitors, fierce competitors in a marketplace, were now going to be one company. And we weren't going to have a president. And I've never been president of anything. And I candidly went to my boss, who's still my boss today, and said, you know, for what it's worth, I know I can lead. I've never been a president. I don't know what's entailed other than come to work every day and work hard and learn along the way. But had I never asked for that job, I would probably never have been the candidate they selected. And so it's really all about asking. And I think if you want to be something, or if you have it in your mind that you can be something, then you should go for it.
It's your time to figure out your destiny and to implement your vision about what life can be or ought to be like for the generations that are coming with you and after you. We are all kings. Everybody is. There's nobody who's a better human being than you are. There's nobody that is a more valuable person than you. And be that.
Let us help you create your resources and work to disseminate them throughout your organization. The company can profit from them for years to come.